Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're listening to a commentary video for League of Legends, this one featuring Taric. In the last part of the game, you could see we were going back and forth. We had a very even, very competitive game here between the two teams. I would say the other team is slightly ahead of us, not by a lot, but just slightly. And why is that aura displaying? Okay, I don't know why that was going on. I guess I was highlighting Dazzle. Oh well. Anyway, the other team I would say is slightly ahead of us. We are ahead in kills, but you can see they've taken down 2 more towers than we have. To compensate, we have gotten 2 dragons, but overall, they do have more map presence than us, and they've done a good job of pushing against our team. In terms of the farming stats, we are ahead in farm. So again, it's just a very even game. You can see Mookie has the most farm. Curious George has been doing a great job of farming with Nidalee as well. I'm not going to say what happens at the end of this game, but I will say this game ended up being really close. So please do stick around and watch up to the end of this video. It had a very exciting end to this game. Alright, right now we can see Dragon has just popped again, and they've clairvoyanced it, so they're probably going for this Dragon. I didn't even notice that while I was playing, but I do notice it now. So we are going to, it looks like we're going to head in that direction as well. And indeed, here they are. They're going for Dragon. Blitzcrank, Banshee's Veil protects him there, so you can see, yes, they have in fact already finished off Dragon. Now we're going to go after Blitzcrank, which is kind of a mistake. You don't want to focus Blitz, but he is the one out of position. So we were going after him, and now Twisted Fate is over here. We've split up the enemy team, but we've split up too. And so even though we had great position, we're actually not going to score a kill there. So that was not particularly well done by our team. They were able to get that dragon, and they were able to get away with it. Now you can see we're all over the place in their jungle, and we decided at this point that instead of chasing them into a tower, what we were going to do was we were just going to go for this tower and try to finish it off. That health bar is not accurate. This tower is nearly dead. We only need to hit it like 2 or 3 more times. So we just need someone to come in and tank. Taric, very good at that. Instead, Cole's going to do it. It would have been more ideal to have Taric tanking, but anyway, I'm able to heal him up. So we are able to take down that tower, so now we've gotten a little more global gold experience. They're up here. I'm going to use Clairvoyance, so we have sight here on this fight. Let's see, we are once again focusing Blitz first, which is not what we should be doing. But in any case, he is out of position, so we're going to take him down. Next, we're going after, we're trying to finish off Lux because she does a lot of damage and has no survivability. There she goes. We wanted to go after Twisted Fate, but instead we actually caught Poppy behind the rest of the team, so we're going to taunt her. I'm going to hit her with my stun, and there we go. We score another kill. Cole was taken down in that last fight, but we've gone, let's see, we've gone 3 for 1, which is really strong. And at this point, we decided that rather than push on this tower, because we're all pretty beat up, instead, we are going to just go straight for Baron. Instead, we think that we thought that that would be a stronger play. We do have double heals. We have Nidalee heal and we have Taric heal. Not sure why I'm not using them. Nidalee's using her heals. So by the time we get up there, we will be just about full health. Now, unfortunately, this minion wave is going to catch sight of us, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But we are going to have, we do have this ward here. We are going to have my clairvoyance. So we're going to be able to see if the enemy team is coming up close to us. Nevertheless, look, Twisted Fate's heading up this way. So they know that we're doing Baron. We're just hoping that they're not going to have the numbers to stop us, because if they come towards us, they're only going to be 4 on 4 probably. So, and we will have position on them. So look, there's the clairvoyance. You can see Twisted Fate already used his ultimate, so we could see where we were. So this is going to be close, and woo! We just barely managed to get that Baron before the Lux laser would come in and steal it. So nice attempt at a steal by that Lux. It was very close, but we were able to get it. And Donsky, I think, timed the smite perfectly on that particular one. So anyway, now that Baron has helped us out a lot. We went from being even with the other team to then going 3 for 1 and taking Baron in the last fight. So that's now put us pretty firmly ahead. And we're going to have a major advantage for the next couple of minutes before this Baron buff runs out. Anyway, let's see, a lot of people going back to buy. This is a good time to do it. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to hold the lane here. We were hoping that the enemy team would try to push mid. That would be a really foolish decision while we have Baron buff to engage us at a tower. But it doesn't look, fortunately for their team, it doesn't look like they're going to try to do that. And you can see they even have the clairvoyance. When they clairvoyanced us here, I countered by using clairvoyance here because I thought they might be trying to flank us, but in fact that was not the case. So now that the ball is really in our court, we have the advantage. We have Baron buff. That means that they are going to have to respond to us instead of us responding to them. And we decided that oh, look, we saw 4 of them in bottom lane. So that means they are out of position. We are just going to push middle lane. That was not a right move by them. They needed to play defensively while we had that Baron buff. So ward here is going to give us sight if they try to flank us. We are just going to come in here. I'm going to pop my ultimate for the extra damage as we take down the turret and then turn it back off again. Taric ult on a very short cooldown, and then instead of chase Poppy, we were like, all right, let's not chase her. Let's just go straight for here because their team is still out of position. And so we're going to come in here, and here they come. Now their team has recovered from bottom lane, so we're going to fight them. This is not the greatest positioning because we're near their tower. Cole's taking a lot of damage. Nice Janna ult, blew Cole back into a position where he couldn't recover. But we are going to take down Janna as response for that ult. We also take down Blitzcrank. We're trying to focus on Twisted Fate, but he's doing a great job of staying in the back. So many heals on our team. Curious George almost dead, but healing. And now Twisted Fate came forward, and Mookie's going to get the kill. You can see Poppy is diving after Curious George, but you have to remember, we have Nidalee heals and Taric heals, so now we're going to finish off Poppy, and we just went 4 for 1 there again. So that was a great fight for our team. We were able to, we did initially engage them near the tower, but then we were able to back off and we were able to fight, and Poppy made the biggest mistake in just chasing a long way after Nidalee. And Nidalee's a bad champion to chase because of her heals and her escapability in Cougar form. Anyway, so we're going to take down this tower, and then we're going to take down, we should be able to take down this inhibitor as well. Nice flash by Lux again to escape from that. Should be able to take down this inhibitor, and now we have gone from an even game to a position where we are very far ahead. Now we're ahead in kills. We have an inhibitor down. We now also have the edge in towers, and on this, to finish up this push while we still have the last minute or so of Baron, we're going to raid their jungle. We're going to steal their blue buff. We're going to give it to Curious George. See, here he comes. And we're also going to try to take down this top lane tower because we do have minions pushing it. So there we go. We've got blue for Curious George's Nidalee. Now look, Twisted Fate's going to ult in here, but he ults into a terrible position. He's completely surrounded by our team. So Mookie and Cole and Natsuki are going to chase him. Meanwhile, Curious George and I are going to finish that tower. So here we go. I'm going to watch this chase. Let's see. Twisted Fate has popped his ghost. Is he going to be able to get away? There's the Aurelia Blades. And nope, he's not going to be able to make it out. So we are able to finish him off and score that kill. So that's going to put us even further ahead. And at this point, the game was going really well, and we were quite a ways ahead at this point in time. You can see up in kills, my score looks great, 4-1-11. I'm doing really well. And at this point, we were thinking about going back to base to buy up and heal, but we were looking around and we were like, well, you know, we're actually pretty much full health, full mana. You can see over here on the side lane bars. And we still do have Baron for a little bit longer. We were like, well, we might as well keep pushing while Twisted Fate is dead. You know, it's a 4-on-5. We might as well keep them occupied. And even if we're all up here in top lane, that means that bottom lane's going to push while they're all up here defending top lane. So, you know, as long as we do this safely, this is a pretty good decision to just keep pushing. We just don't want to overextend and get caught. And unfortunately, that is actually what's happening with some of those Lux bindings. That was a terrible Janna ult. She saved a bunch of us. So we're going to finish off Blitz there. And let's see, now we really do need to back off. We're not going to be able to get any more. At this point, we just want to back out. Unfortunately, Cole is going to get blasted down by Lux Laser again, and now we are indeed going to back out. So if we could have just left a little bit sooner, if we could have just left before Cole got finished off by Laser. Oh, he says he lagged out, which, again, very possible. If we could have just left a little bit sooner, that would have been a great push, because, again, while this is going on, look at bottom lane. Look at these minions pushing down this tower. And Twisted Fate's going to head down there, but apparently he doesn't have his ult. So this tower is going to take a lot of damage. I know it's not updating on the replay, but it is actually taking like a ton of damage. Anyway, now I can finish Soul Shrouds. You can see extra health, a lot of mana regen for everybody near me, and 10% reduced cooldowns. Not sure that nerf was needed. Oh, and Curious George was able to go back and finish that tower when everybody else left. Now, I'm not sure that nerf was needed to Soul Shroud. I mean, I don't think Soul Shroud was that strong of an item. Now it's a lot weaker, that it only gives 10% cooldown reduction instead of 15, so not sure if that was the best decision, but oh well. I also picked up a needlessly large rod. I'm going to build next towards Death Cap, just because I figure I've built 2 survivability items. Now let's go for a little bit more damage. Well, not even so much more damage. I mean, yes, I'll do more damage with Dazzle and Shatter, but really I want my heals to heal for more. Because again, you know, that's a pretty I think that's like a 0.8 or 0.9 ability power ratio. Pretty good. Want my heals to be healing for more effectively. And I also picked up a blue pot because that'll give me 10% more cooldown reduction. Oh, by the way, notice this green bar. I don't know what was going on. League of Legends was acting pretty buggy on this night when we were playing. Also, after this game was over, I had the bug where the interface shows that you have no influence points and no riot points. Like, it shows 0-0, which seems to be happening a lot. But anyway, we're going to score another dragon here. The other team is not going to be able to come contest this. or at least they're not going to come contested. So we're going to score another dragon. So we've taken 3, they've taken 1. We also have that Baron. So we're just really far ahead at this point. At this point, the game is ours to lose. We have to screw up really badly in order to lose this game. We have to make mistakes. Oh, and I even said I've got the green bar, and Donsky says he's had the green bar all game. So whatever, I don't know what's going on there. But in any case, we are just looking for opportunities at this moment. We can see that bottom lane tower is pretty exposed. It took a lot of damage on that last minion wave, so I think that that's going to be our next target. I think that we decided we were going to go head down here. Curious George going to put down some traps by Baron. Good decision. Maybe that wasn't the best time, though. He'll be a little bit late getting over here into the fight. Anyway, I clairvoyance to make sure that they weren't waiting in the jungle to ambush us. So now we're going to come down here, and we're going to push this tower. Wait for the health to get updated. Oh, see? It actually only has 388 health, so that's going to go down in like 2 hits. So there we go. Now we've taken that down. And now we can, if we want, attack on the bottom lane, but that's one of the strongest defensive positions. Instead, we decide, well, we're not going to try to force our way back in there. Notice their inhib's going to respawn soon. Instead, we're going to take an easier path into their base. We're going to come in here, and we're going to go for this inhib, which is just about to respawn. So the timing for our team is really perfect. And notice Baron's also just respawned. What we want to do is we want to grab this inhib and then back out and go for Baron. As it turns out, though, here we are. We're going to get involved in a team fight. Donsky's getting stunned, but he's doing his job. He's out in front tanking. We just want to get that inhib. Like, right now, we just want to get out. There's no point in fighting this, but unfortunately, Cole gets caught in a Janna ult. Still, at this point, the best move is just to back out. You know, we've gotten our objective. We've forced them to be on the defensive. Instead, everyone goes back in. And look, see, I'm leaving. I thought the fight is over. Curious George does get a kill on that Lux, but now Curious George has gotten caught behind the team, and they're going to kill him. And now Mookie's gotten grabbed by Blitzcrank, and they are going to catch him. And so now they've managed to kill 3 members of our team, and I was feeling really frustrated. I was like, oh, we should have backed out sooner. But anyway, here Twisted Fate's ulting him behind us. I'm gonna stun him, and look how low Twisted Fate is. If Janna didn't shield him, we probably could have killed him. But we do not want to get killed here. If we get killed here, then that means that the enemy team can push into our base. So yeah, the way we fought at the end there was really not great. We did get Blitzcrank. Don't get me wrong, we did get Blitzcrank, but we had Curious George and Mookie both got killed in order to get that kill on Blitzcrank. So going 2 for 1 there. If we had just stayed, if we had just backed out after we got the inhibitor, we could have then gone straight to Baron, and we would have been able to do that. Just because if they had come out to challenge us at Baron, they would have lost. They would have started to lose their base because these lanes. You can see these lanes are all pushing. We've got another wave of super minions about to come out because the inhibitor went down. Yeah, see, there's another wave of super minions coming out. So that was just an overly aggressive play on our part. Once we got that inhib, the right decision, I think, would have been to back out. And now you can see Poppy even throws down a vision ward, and they're going to kill our ward. But we know exactly where the ward is, which means that we're going to be able to take it out thanks to Nidalee traps. I don't know if everyone has seen this before, but if you know where a ward is, Nidalee traps can sniff it out. See right there? You throw down your trap where an enemy ward is, and then it is revealed, and then you can kill it. So now, anyway, we've revived, and we're going to go for this. Oh, well, we were looking to go for this Baron, but their team is here. So instead, we're going to engage and fight with this team. You can see I caught Twisted Fate, I think, on a stun there. Now, Blitzcrank, again, we would have slowed him, but his Banshee Veil popped, or his Banshee Veil protected him from that. But, so we are going to back them off, and here we just decided, well, let's force the Baron fight. If they come, we'll turn and fight them. If they don't, we'll take Baron. And remember, all the lanes are pushing because we have an inhibitor down, so that's to our advantage there. We do have Nidalee traps in this area, so if they and we've got the little sapling scouting from Maokai, so we have pretty good vision. And there's the clairvoyance. We're just waiting for them to come, but look, they're down here, and they're actually not going to challenge this Baron. So we score our 2nd Baron of the game, and that was just a really nice play. We backed them off Baron, and then we forced the fight. And they were not in position to challenge because they were down defending lanes like this here, or Twisted Fate. So that went really well. And once again, we have a major advantage here. I will say one thing though: if you noticed, a lot of their team members are getting Banshee's Veil. Blitzcrank has one now, and I think other people on their team are building towards it. Once they start to get those Banshee's Veils, it really hurts our team comp. Our team comp is based around stunning the enemy team. We have a lot of stuns. We have Taric stun, we have Maokai stun, we have Aurelia stun. So yeah, we can stun them. Oh, and we have Rammus taunt. So we have a lot of disables. But once they get Banshee's Veils, a lot of our attacks become a lot less viable because that Dazzle is on an 8-second cooldown. So I can't see, like right there, I stun Blitz, but it comes off cooldown. Now anyway, right here, we're going to go in and engage. We knew Poppy wasn't here, and I'm going to make a really bad tactical mistake here. Like, look right there, the tower's focusing me, and I thought I went out of tower range, but I didn't. So I'm continuing to get blasted by the tower, and then Lux is going to finish me off. So that was a terrible death on my part, just a horrible tactical mistake. And now everyone on the team is diving in different directions instead of just focusing on this tower, which is what we should have done. Cole gets hit by the Blitzcrank grab, and he actually dies to the grab, which is a little bit funny. So just a terrible, horrible play on my part. If you notice, I was getting shot by the tower, and I was expecting that. I mean, I was running my ult, but then I backed out to here, and then I went back in, and I never lost tower aggression. So that tower did, you can see the tower did 50% of my life in damage, and then Lux was able to finish me off with her ultimate. So that meant that we couldn't continue pushing this tower. We had to back off because we didn't kill anyone, and we certainly can't push 3-on-5 at this stage, even with Baron. So that means that it's going to give their team more time to defend and give them more time. Remember, that clock for that inhibitor to respawn is ticking at every moment. So even though we still have a big advantage, that was a really poor play on by our team. We should have been able to get this tower. It was nearly dead. If we had just all focused the tower, we certainly would have gotten that tower, and then we could have fought their team after that. But instead, I made the really bad mistake. I took way too much tower aggression, and then the rest of the team, everybody dove in like 4 different directions to try to kill people, and it was just a really bad fight from our team. So we misplayed that very badly, and instead of staying further ahead, we've given them a little bit of an opportunity, to stay in this game, and indeed now their inhibs back up, so we are not going to have that advantage, for the next few minutes. Anyway, I did finish death cap. That means my heals will be healing for a lot. You can see my heals heal for almost 500 now, a little bit less than that. Now that their inhibitor is respawned, that's going to be our next target, because again, no towers there. If we're going to pick a fight, we want to pick a fight at a location where there's no towers defending, and we also would still like to fight while we still have this Baron buff on 3 of our 5 team members, so we're going to go for that next. We're going to head over there. Let's see, over here you can see Janice here defending. The rest of the team is coming in here, but this is still a good situation. Our main goal is the inhib. If we have to fight them, good, but we still want to go after that. Blitz is doing a good job at tanking, and we are putting too much damage on him. You can see someone pings Twisted Fate, but he's unfortunately going to be able to slip out of here. Doing a good job there. Janna gets off a nice ult. You can see, again, heals them up, puts us in bad positions. Again, you can see they're really low. Blitz is down to like 10 health, and Cole's going to get finished off by Lux Laser. We are going to get the inhibitor, but you can see because we didn't finish off members of their team, we didn't actually kill anyone on their team. They were all able to go back and heal because they're so close to their fountain. And now here, what we need to do is back out, because we have 4, they have 5, and everybody on their team just healed. Instead, we're going to go for this tower, and this is going to be a huge mistake by our team. You can see that we do get the tower, but then they're going to toss Stansky into the wall, and he's going to get blown up. Mookie is attacking, trying to finish off that Poppy, but you can see it's now a 5-on-4. Now it's a 5-on-3. And we've just taken so much damage, and they can all keep going back to heal in the fountain. They're going to finish off Curious George, and now Donsky and I are the only ones left, and there's just no way we're going to get out of this. So I'm going to get finished off, and then Donsky's going to get taken down too because of that Blitzcrank grab. So they are going to score an ace, and we have just made an awful tactical decision. They're going to take that down, and they've actually aced us. Cole's the only one. Cole's now going to revive, but the rest of us are going to be down for 40 to 50 seconds. Now, why is that such a bad play? Well, the reason why that was a terrible play was we didn't kill anyone in the inhibitor fight here. We took a lot of them down low, and then they were able to go back and heal, and then we fought them at a tower 4v5 after they had a chance to heal. So we just made a terrible tactical decision. Now, Cole has to make sure he doesn't die. Oh. Yeah, when you're the only one up, you have to make sure you don't get killed. Just stay at range if possible. As Maokai, you can toss your saplings at the creep or something, but you have to make sure you don't get killed. And unfortunately, Cole wasn't able to do that, and they were able to finish him off. So now they're going to get our mid tower, and then they're going to get our middle base tower as well. And the better play for us would be if they continue to dive after that inhib, because we have people reviving. But they take the wise decision and just back out because they are very low on health and they need to go healing. So now we've gone from a situation where we were very far ahead to a situation where the game is extremely close once more. They've caught up to us in kills. we do have the inhibitor down, but we don't have Baron buff anymore, and now our own inhibitor in mid is also exposed. So we just messed up really badly over here in 2 different fights. The first one where I took all the tower aggression, and then that second one where we fought them 4v5 at their tower and got aced. So making that one tactical mistake really cost us. Oh, and what is this? I don't know if I've seen this before. Does anyone know what this blinking light is? Maybe that's just always there and I haven't noticed it before, but it seems really obvious now that I'm looking at it. Oh well. Anyway, right now we are just sort of waiting for people to revive. There wasn't much we could do until then. I mean, again, all the lanes are pushed. And this is one other thing that can be bad. Sometimes when all the lanes are pushed, you can't farm because the lanes are so pushed. Like, there's no way to go farm. That's why I'm falling behind in farm right now. Anyway, we have caught this Poppy. She has to ult to get out, but she does manage to escape. Now we've got a 3-on-3 or 3-on-4 over here in the jungle. Curious George is coming in, going to make it a 4-on-4. You can see the dueling clairvoyances again for rival sight by both teams. But we have to be careful about how we engage. The play now is go for this inhibitor, just because, again, it's exposed. That means there's no tower there, but we'll have to win a team fight to do that, and we have not been doing that great in team fights recently. We've been struggling a bit, but anyway, Janna is over here. We're hoping that we can possibly catch some of these people out. So let's see, here we go. Cole gets grabbed by Blitzcrank, and he's going to get focused by their team. Unfortunately, he's taking a lot of damage before the fight even starts. Again, we're trying to ignore Blitz. We're trying to go for Twisted Fate, trying to go for Lux. They're the ones doing the most damage. Cole has already gone down. You can see, there we go. We're going for Twisted Fate, but he does a great job of escaping, unfortunately. Now he's going to go back to Fountain and heal. Again, trying to get Lux, but they're doing a great job of backing off. And let's see, they're going to focus Curious George. There goes his Guardian Angel. Going to revive. Now we've finally been able to get in a kill on that Lux player, but now we've just taken so much damage, and now Twisted Fate's back from healing at the Fountain. Let's see, Mookie, there goes Mookie, but he's also got a Guardian Angel. I get bursted down. Now, again, we're trying to finish off people. Let's see if we can just get Blitz, but oh, Blitz is going to live with so little health left. And then Twisted Fate's going to ult in. He's going to use his ult and catch... he's going to catch Curious George, and they've aced us again. And so they have 4 members. They are going to have 4 members of their team up, and we're in deep, deep trouble now. So many of their people survived low. They were using Lux Shield. They were using Janna Shield. They were using Blitzcrank passive. They just had so many shields, and every time they got away, they could just dance back to the Fountain and then heal up again. So we came so close to winning that fight, but unfortunately we did lose it. And now we are in a world of trouble because we are all still down. Cole is going to come back up, but the rest of us are down. And Twisted Fate is doing the exact right thing. He's going straight for our inhibitor. Now Cole's going to come in here. Cole's going to use Exhaust, and Cole is going to finish him off, and that's a really big deal. So very nice kill by Cole. Did a great job of finishing that off. Now Poppy looks like she's going to retreat, but Cole is going to follow and chase her down. And there we go. Poppy's going to use her ultimate, Demacian Justice. So this is a straight 1v1, and oh, Cole manages to finish off Poppy just barely. So that was a great play by Cole there. I mean, Cole, you can see Cole struggled a bit in this game, but that was a really great play by his team, or on his part. He was able to score 2 kills against only his own death. So we go 2 for 1. And now that we're at the 50-minute mark, these death timers are very long. So we're going to have a 4 versus 3 for the next 30 seconds, or so. Now, one thing happened was our TeamSpeak went down, our voice chat went down, so we're now having to communicate with text, so you can see that. We went over and grabbed blue, and that was actually a mistake. We should have gone straight to Baron. We should not have wasted the time to go over and do that blue buff. So now we're going to go for Baron, and remember, we have the advantage. It's going to be 4 on 3 if they come to challenge us. Twisted Fate, I don't know if his ult is going to be up in time. He can ult, but it looks like it's going to be a 4v3, and we're going to try to force this fight. Either they have to come out and challenge us, or they have to give us a Baron, which would be our 3rd Baron of the game. So let's just wait and see what this team decides to do. Donsky says no smite. Yeah, another minor thing, when you hit this point in the game, do not use your smite on Golem. Just save it for Baron. Like, it's not worth it. So you can see we've taken Baron down to under half, but now their team has come in and are challenging us. And Twisted Fate has his ult, so he's going to be here too. And let's see, now we need to, now they're going to come out and challenge us, so this is going to be a straight 4v4 fight. Going to pop that Banshee's Veil on Blitzcrank. Now we managed to catch Twisted Fate, and that's the key to the fight. Twisted Fate is doing a ton of damage. So we want to get Lux if at all possible. You can see Lux flashes over the wall. Nice flash by her. Janna's going to use her ult. I have no idea why we're exhausting Janna. A little bit of a silly target. Nice Lux laser. That positioning by Lux is really good. Anyway, now we're trying to go after other targets. We're waiting for Poppy's ult to wear off. Let's see, her ult's worn off, so now we can catch her out. I hit her with a dazzle to get the stun. The rest of our team's going to burst her down. So we have gone 2 for 1 here, which is a big advantage. And now we're looking to see if we can. Now instead of doing Baron, we are going to leave off Baron. Instead, what we're going to go for is these inhibitors. If we can get these inhibs, we're going to have a major advantage, and then we can look to take Baron after that. Unfortunately, our base is getting wrecked in top lane and middle lane while this is going on. So we have to do well here. We have to get some of these inhibs. We have to score kills, or we're going to lose this game. Anyway, unfortunately, great grab there by Blitzcrank. Donsky taking so much damage from the towers, but we're going to go for this inhibitor. We want to make sure we can get this. Ooh, just barely managed to save Donsky with one of those heals. We've gotten that inhib. Now we're going to go for this other one here. Again, these inhibs are unprotected. There's no one defending them. Cole is out of position. I don't know why I guess he's diving after Janna, but Janna has a Guardian Angel. So that was a bad death. We didn't want to take that death. We're trying to get this inhibitor down, but now people are reviving by their team, and we're taking just a ton of damage. I'm using my ult to try to survive. One of our towers just got taken out. Here, Donsky's getting focused, and I go back to try to save Donsky, but that was a mistake. I should have just gotten out. I should have just left. Unfortunately, my ghost is down. I just used it. Twisted Fate's going to ult in behind me. I'm going to go after him. If I can just... Oh, but I can't finish him off because Janna shields him. So now I go down, and now we have 3 champs dead, and they have 5 champs up. And we are in a world of trouble here. You can see I say so many shields would have killed him. So we are in deep trouble. They have 5 champs up. All they have to do is push the middle, and we are going to lose. There's nothing we can do. You can see I even type in, now we lose. This game is over. There's just nothing we can do. All they have to do is push the Nexus, and we cannot stop them 5 on 2, or 2v5. But instead, for some reason, they break off and they go for our top inhibitor. And then look, what is Poppy doing? Why is Poppy over here? These towers over here mean nothing. All they have to do is go for the Nexus and the game is over, but they are not going for the Nexus. Instead, their team seems to be going for the inhibitors for some reason, which is completely the wrong play. You don't need to take down the inhibitors. All you have to do is take down the Nexus and their team wins the game. But for some reason, they're backing off and going for that turret. So all of this delay is giving our team time to revive. You can see we're now 4 up, and I'm going to be back up in a second. Now, we're in deep trouble because this inhib is going down, but now we have enough champs up that we can actually start fighting them. So it's a 4-on-3 here. We can see here, Curious George is so close to dying, but he's just barely going to manage to survive as he pops a Nidalee heal on himself to survive Lux Laser. And that is huge because Curious George is now going to survive. So we take down one member of their team, we get their Poppy player. Blitz is in the middle of our team. We're going to see if we can finish him off. Twisted Fate is out of position. Curious George is going to get him. I'm going to hit Janna with my stun. So now we're going to see if we can finish off her. Let's see, we've killed 2 members of the team, and then Mookie manages to chase down Lux. So now the positions have flipped. We now have a 5-on-2. It's now 5 of us against 2 members of their team. But we've lost all of our... Well, no, this one is just revived, but we've lost our other 2 inhibs, and this one's going to go down. So we have to win the game here. We've lost our inhibs. People on our team were pinging Baron, but I realized that was the wrong play. I immediately said, push to win. We have to win here. Like, if we go for Baron... we're not going to win this game. We can't win if we go for Baron because we've lost too many inhibs. We're going to lose all 3, and we need to win the game on this push right now while it's 5-on-2. Well, we have a 5v2. So here we go. We have to win right here. I'm going to pop my ult. I'm tanking the 2 towers. We have no minions. Look how much damage I'm taking, but I'm going to back off at just the right moment, and that gives us enough time to take down the first turret. Now the other one's focusing Cole. We are just ignoring the enemy team. We're just going straight for the turrets. We have to take down these turrets. Just ignore the enemy team. Ignore the enemy team. Now we've got the 2 Nexus turrets. We have to finish off this Nexus. 2 of them are about to revive. We have to finish this off. Can we get this? We already lost Cole. Are we going to finish it off? Yes! We just barely managed to finish that off right before the rest of their team revives and kills us. Wow, what a game. So hopefully you can see why I wanted to cast this one. Such a good game. Alright, anyway, let's go here and we'll check out the stats next. I got a lot to say. Whew, well, let's see if we can go over some of the numbers from that game. I ended up 4-5-17. I thought I played reasonably well for most of the game, but towards the end of the game, I made a lot of poor decisions. Poor decisions tactically in the fight. I spent too much time attacking their Blitzcrank and their Poppy, their tanks on the other team. Didn't do a good enough job of focusing on Lux and Twisted Fate, who were doing all the damage. And if you remember, in top lane, I had a really poor tactical play to get caught out of position and take all those tower shots, not do a good job of breaking off tower aggression. But I will say that I did have the right call at the end of the game, so I guess I was reasonably happy with how I played. Mookie was the one who ended up carrying us. He had the 19 kills, a ton of kills as Aurelia, played very well. Only mistakes were ones of being a little overly aggressive at times. I thought Curious George also played very well. He hit some really strong Nidalee spears. His heal allowed him to survive in a lot of situations where it looked like he was going to die. As far as the other team, Donsky didn't have the greatest game, but played solidly, and he got off some very good taunts at different points in time. I think he played all right, but the 1-7 was not perfect. Cole actually asked me not to cast this game. I'm sorry, Cole. I have to apologize. It was just too good of a game. I really wanted to showcase this one. Cole obviously got caught out of position a lot of times, and I mean, he did have the 18 deaths. However, I will point out that Cole had the great 2v1 against their Twisted Fate and Poppy that helped set us up there in the end game, without which we couldn't have pulled off the victory. So that was one nice play, even if this wasn't the greatest game. And I know Cole has barely played Maokai at all. I don't think he really knew how to build Maokai, so I'm not sure if this was the right build. I don't know very much about this champ either because he's new. So anyway, I think we should cut Cole some slack here. As far as the other team, I thought their Lux player played tremendously. Lux had so many great lasers. Her shields were shielding for so much damage. I thought Lux played the best of anyone on their team. Twisted Fate did a lot of damage, but you could see he had the 10 deaths, so I thought he didn't play as well, and he gated into some bad situations at time. And then on the rest of the team, Blitz hit some great hooks. I thought Poppy made some mistakes from time to time. Janna had a mixture of great ults and terrible ults from time to time, so it was a little bit of a mixed bag. As far as their team comp, they had so many shields on their team. They had Lux shield, they had Janna shield, they had the Poppy Demacian Justice ultimate, which is effectively a shield, and then they had Blitzcrank's passive. He had his mana shield when he gets close to death. So many times we thought we were going to kill them, and their shields kicked in. Once they got those Banshee's Veils at the end of the game, well, I guess Blitz was the only one who actually got a Banshee's Veil. I thought more of them did, but once they had Banshee's Veils, it definitely made their team a lot stronger, just because that meant that our team comp, which was more based around poking and stunning, was a lot less effective. Anyway, a long game. I hope you stuck around for all of it. If not, if you just skipped ahead to the end, I mean, that's fine. It was a really exciting game, one of the most intense games I've played in a long time. So much back and forth. It looked like each team was going to win multiple times. Just a great game to cast. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to comment. Feel free to upvote. I will read your comments. I don't have time to respond to any of them. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I can get more games like this in the future.